Welcome to another Ziva Math video. In this video, we will teach you how to multiply unit fractions and whole numbers. Be sure to click on the link to our fraction playlist in the description below for our other fraction videos. Let's get to our examples. This example is 1/7 times 3. When multiplying fractions, we multiply the numerator times the numerator and the denominator times the denominator. This means that I need 3 to be in fraction form with a numerator and denominator. To turn a whole number into a fraction, I simply put it over 1. 3 equals 3 over 1. And now I can continue my problem. I'll start with multiplying the numerator times the numerator. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 is my numerator in my product. Then I'll multiply the denominator times denominator. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 is the denominator in my product. The last step is to simplify if needed. 3 and 7 do not share any common factors, so 3/7 is in its simplest form. 1/7 times 3 equals 3/7. This example is 1/8 times 4. Because I multiplied numerator times numerator and denominator times denominator when multiplying fractions, I will need 4 in fraction form. To turn a whole number into a fraction, I simply put it over 1. 4 equals 4 over 1. And now I can continue my problem. I'll start with multiplying the numerator times the numerator. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 is my numerator, my product. Then I multiply denominator times denominator. 8 times 1 is 8. The last step is to simplify 4/8 if needed. 4 and 8 share a common factor of 4, so I must simplify my product. I'll divide the numerator by the common factor of 4, and I'll divide the denominator by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 1/8 times 4 equals 1/2. This example is 6 times 1/5. Because I multiplied numerator times numerator and denominator times denominator when multiplying fractions, I will need 6 in fraction form. To turn a whole number into a fraction, I simply put it over 1. 6 equals 6 over 1. And now I can continue my problem. I'll start with multiplying the numerator times the numerator. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 is the numerator in my product. Then I'll multiply denominator times denominator. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 is the denominator of my product. 6/5 is an improper fraction, so I need to turn it into a mixed number. I do that by dividing the numerator by the denominator, so I will need to divide 6 by 5. 6 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. And when I subtract 6 minus 5, I get 1. The quotient of 1 becomes my whole number. The remainder of 1 becomes my numerator. And the denominator of 5 remains the same. 6 times 1/5 equals 1 and 1/5. This example is 10 times a half. When multiplying fractions, I multiply the numerators together and denominators together, so I'll need 10 in fraction form. To turn a whole number into a fraction, I simply put it over 1. 10 equals 10 over 1. And now I can continue my problem. I'll start with multiplying the numerator times the numerator. 10 times 1 is 10. Then I'll multiply the denominator times the denominator. 1 times 2 is 2, and the denominator of my product. 10 halves is an improper fraction, so I need to turn it into a mixed number. I do that by dividing the numerator 10 by the denominator of 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10, and 10 minus 10 is 0. The quotient of 5 becomes my whole number. The remainder becomes my numerator. I don't have a remainder, so the numerator is 0, and the denominator of 2 remains the same. 0 halves is 0, so 10 times 1/2 equals 5. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to Ziva Math for more videos.